We're back at it, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cobra Daytona build. This episode, I tightened all my suspension pieces. After I got alignment, I put Loctite in. Let me show you what I did here. So, all these here, I pulled these off. The bolts holding the control arm rods there. I tightened those up to 54 feet-pounds like the manual says. I also put Loctite into here because now I know my alignment's pretty much set, which I'll try to get this specs I got up there. I'm running about 1.5 degrees negative camber on the front. Just a slight bit of toe in the rear, about 3/4 of a degree negative camber there. Caster on the front, 7.98, I think, on one side, 7.9 on the other, as close as I could get it. But today, I've got a piece of acrylic here. And I know in the Superformance, they put a cover over this hole. So I got this piece of acrylic. I'm gonna cut this out, fit it, and basically make this smooth. First of all, I think it looks really good. Keeps the lights from getting busted. And second of all, I think aerodynamic-wise, a little smoother laminar flow over the body. So I'm gonna try to start fabricating that. I kind of rough did the circles you can see here. A little large, but I'm gonna cut that out with a jigsaw and then probably use a sander to finish fit it. And then for brackets, let me show you what I've got here. So I ordered some Factory 5, some of the same brackets they use in the headlight buckets here, and I've ground those down and tapped them just like I did for the headlight buckets. So they're a little more dainty looking, not so out of control. I'm gonna put 3 of these. Probably put one up here, I'm thinking, and then here and here. So we're gonna do it the same way I did the headlight buckets. We'll tape these in, we'll bend them to get it to fit, but first I gotta get the plastic, so I want it to just clear around this edge. And let me point out one thing about this whole plastic covers. Like, the headlight fits very nice, but when you drive in torrential downpours, like the other day, the roads were all muddy because it was raining so bad. These things actually fog up from the heat from the headlights. So I had a fog line about this far up once I pulled into the tire alignment shop. Kind of crazy. And there was dirt all inside, I think, just from the roads. It was crazy muddy out. I mean, because it hadn't rained out here in California like forever. So I had to pull the covers back off and clean it all out, put them back on. I don't know of a way to really seal these. I mean, you could probably get some rubber, but it looks so nice and neat not having anything out there. I know that Jaguar had like a chrome ring around. I don't like the look. I think that looks very clean. So I think if I drive it out in rough conditions, I'm just gonna have to, these things are all tapped, so they come out, it takes me about 20 seconds just to pull those screws out and clean it all out. Downside, yeah, but it's just part of, I guess, cleaning the car every now and then. So it's just kind of the way it is. But today, we're gonna work on these. As I said, this is gonna take a little while to fit this. It's not gonna be a totally round shape just because of the way that thing is cut back in there. So we'll cut this out and start grinding and get the fit and get these things. It's gonna take a little bit, but it'll be good. So hang with me here. I think this will be a good modification. Just clean up the nose a little bit, a little more aerodynamic. You know, we're doing 200 miles an hour, right? Gotta be aerodynamic. So follow along, hit subscribe, and thanks for watching. Okay, so I used my trusty jigsaw. I got a fine blade on there, and it cuts, as you can see, it cut this thing out pretty quickly. It took me all of about a minute. So now we'll step up underneath the car. I'm trying to keep the plastic on. By the way, this is not, as you can see. So this way I can kind of start slowly fitting this in, because as I said, you cut twice, measure twice, cut once, because once I go beyond the edge, they've got to start back over again. So I'll take this very slow, step by step. So the tools I'm using, as I said, jigsaw to rough cut it, and then I'm using a belt sander right here. This thing makes quick work of it, but it does make a mess. I mean, as you can see my shirt, I got crap everywhere. So, but it does do pretty well. So here's what I've got so far. This is roughed in. This is gonna go in here like this. So now I'm gonna start hand sanding these edges, rounding them out with a block. But you can see that fits pretty darn good. So a little bit of sanding with a block to get rid of the highs and lows, and this thing should fit in. I got a little high right here, but this is gonna look good. This will look very finished. So kind of match the headlight covers. Definitely takes time. So now I'm gonna get a block with some, probably start with like 220 and just start working the edges a little bit. I gotta work this bottom edge and then just carefully continue to work this whole thing until it fits in. And then I'll show you how I get the brackets in. So I've got the one here. I think it's pretty well done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it fits in the other bucket. If it does, it makes it easy to trace out the other one, even if it gets me close. Because this one I had to kind of go a little bit big and then slowly fit it. If this fits, I can do it in tight, go till I get rid of the black line, and I'm up and running. It should be quick and simple because I'm covered in that Lexan plexiglass bullshit. Sorry about that. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I put the mark here so I know which way is up. That fits pretty darn good right there. Beveled the back edge a little bit. Then I'm going to clean up these edges too. Excuse me. With some finer sandpaper, just so they kind of shine instead of being this white, rough material right there. So let's slide over to here. Let's see if this fits up in here. It's close, but no cigar. Yeah, look at the gap. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm pretty good here. I may mark this and then mark on the thing where I need to go a little wide, because I think this actually fits pretty close, except for this corner right here. So if I put my finger on this corner, I grab this, then I can basically get rid of most of the black, except right into here. I'm gonna go do this. There we go. So you can see that way when I go to cut this out, I'll just run this a little bit wide, and then I don't have as much fitting to do. So, okay. So, I'm going to finish sanding this edge, a little bit finer sandpaper, and then we'll start getting the brackets in there, as I said. So these will pop rivet into the bucket, and should be pretty good. Okay, so after a bunch of fiddling, some sanding, I've got the first one screws in. So as you can see up into here, so now I just need to put the other two, locate those holes, drill, and you gotta admit, I think that's gonna look damn good. So I won't show you how to locate the clip, since I did that on the headlight buckets the exact same way. As you can see, I'm using tape, then I center punch, and I'm actually just screwing these in. These are actually riveted, just because you could see up into here, you can see the backside, so I wanted something really clean. Didn't want to run screws. This one you can't even see it because it's just so low on the car. Yes, definitely a couple hours of modification here, but it looks much, much cleaner. I mean, as I said, then once I get the other ones in, it'll suck that in, and this thing will be nice and flush all the way around. So the lights are all done. Show you what I've got. The covers. As you can see now, yeah, so I like it. Definitely a multi-hour job just to fit all that plastic and then drill the holes, put the brackets in. It took some time, so but it was worth it. I think it looks excellent. Highly recommend it. So thanks again for following. Hit subscribe, and we'll keep the videos coming at you.